Hi, this is the proposed and in fact now exists table bearing assembly. This is the internal gear which will turn the transducer, which will run against this. It sits on the inside, goes around like that, and there's a sandwich layer of discs to which to take the vertical loading. I'll just remove these to show you. So at the bottom we have a solid ring to which we can drill the holes to screw to the floor or to your packing pieces, and then we have two more rings either side of the Lazy Susan. So we've got an outer ring which goes on the outside like that, and that sits on the outside part of the Lazy Susan, so it just sits there like that. And then on top of the Lazy Susan, which sits on the inside of the Lazy Susan, we have another ring, and then on top of that goes the internal bearing, the internal gear. So those two other rings create a space for which the whole thing can turn, you see, and it transmits the vertical load nicely through spreads the load vertically nicely through the Lazy Susan without any extra pressure points. And this sort of seems to work absolutely fine. The only bits I'm not quite sure of, because I know you guys at your end are building a dummy, I believe a dummy setup with your Lazy Susan, but the idea of this is to have some countersunk bolts which will go through this from underneath, and they can be whatever length you like, maybe up to 100mm or 150mm, which will go into Monsieur Laplante's tree assembly. So, and likewise at the bottom ring is, again, that's solid, so we can put a ring of holes again with some countersunk. These are M8 bolts going in vertically downwards, so obviously countersunk, so they clear the rotating portion of the assembly. So okay, John, thank you for your attention, and let us know what you think. Have I done too much, or haven't I done a lot? Have I misunderstood anything? Okay, cheers for now.